it's a different sector of crypto that I started looking into a little bit more. My content, you'll hear me talk about like health related stuff all the time, health and fitness, because that's what my life was before I found crypto in Illuvium and in content creation and stuff. So I've been looking more into this sector. Although I will say I haven't really bought any of these coins, but the whole DeSci space, so it's decentralized science, it's a pretty cool idea. It's really trying to work on like transparency with doing studies on health related or just science in general, and it's also a way to get accessibility to funding for these projects as well, where you don't need to worry about like a bias, like Pfizer or whatever is funding a different company to do tests or whatever on their product. So obviously there's going to be a bias there. And I've seen some projects that are similar to like the Pump Fun, or and then there's a gaming one where you can actually just fund some of these projects, and when they hit a certain level, they go on chain, and then those coins help fund the research or whatever for science. Um, but I kind of like that narrative because again, that's where I've been in the past 15 years. The first thing I heard about it was on some podcast where they were just talking about like all of these crypto billionaires. Once they have all the money that they need, the next thing that they're thinking about is how can I live longer? How can I live forever? So they start looking into how can they use their funds to help science figure out how to live longer, whole longevity thing. And I that interests me a lot too, which is why I've been looking into it a little bit more. But I mean, it kind of makes sense when you think of like Vitalik Buterin or whatever in Elon Musk. It's like, and I even heard was Jeff Bezos. They get to a point where they have so much money where it's just like I don't need any more money. I just need more time. So how can I live longer? So I think that's kind of like
Yeah,
the idea of why it's a big thing in crypto.
So how does crypto help that?
I think there's a lot of upsides. Yeah, it's funding. Also, the researchers, they can just contribute and can get like token as a reward. There's immutable records. So, for example, all the research data and stuff like this is on the blockchain and can be tampered with, prevents fraud and manipulation, and a lot of stuff with this. And you bring up a great point with rich people just then focusing on health, and it feels like first you sacrifice your health to get rich. And you see the same with streamers, right? You see the goon cavers, the crazy, very unhealthy hardcore streamers. They are doing this 12, 20 hours a day, whatever it is, every day, all year long. And then at one point they actually get rich, and suddenly they're going into the gym, and suddenly they have a six pack and looking fit and stuff. Like everybody at one point realizes the biggest wealth is health. I think many people realize it too late, and it makes a lot of sense that you would wanna invest into some new technology around science as well. It sounds really cool. I want to research a little bit more about it.
I've seen different projects. I've looked at a lot. I haven't seen anything that really stood out to me and something that I wanted to invest in. But it's definitely like a narrative that's coming in the future, especially when we think that like Bitcoin and the crypto market is going to keep going up and up. There's going to be more millionaires and billionaires created through crypto, and these people are all going to want to live longer. So I think maybe this is a really long-term play if you find the right project, but I do think that there's a lot of potential in decentralized science narrative here.